So, as of recently, I have been trying to go through and get round 50 on a lot of the maps that I haven't, which is why I was trying Bus Depot for a while, but this is kind of me officially giving up on it for now. I'm not still doing that. That is done for a while. But World of War Riese is the only World of War map I've never gotten to round 50 on, and since I played Riese for like a couple challenge videos recently, I figured why not give World of War Riese some more attempts for round 50 because I have not done that in a very long time. My highest was only 40 and it's from almost a year ago, and the reason I've never really tried for 50 too much is because I play the BO1 version of this when I want to go for a high round on it. I really don't like the original one too much. I just much rather play the BO1 version, but I'm finally going to go for round 50 on the original version, which is actually a pretty difficult map because Quick Revive doesn't work in World of War. The zombies are pretty buggy and there's no 24 zombies per round. The Wunderwaffe completely screws up your health regeneration on this map, so it's a pretty hard map even for just going to round 50. Also, because I don't really play this, and even when I do on the BO1 version, I never followed world record strategies at all because I didn't really care to, because I'm not going for a world record high round or anything like that. I would just kind of, play and do whatever strat. But for this one, I actually was, and I've always pretty much followed the world record players on World at War, so I kind of know what the strategy is. It's kind of just camping in the Thompson room, and so I was just going to try that. And then once you get to a high round, you use traps, but you pretty much just sit in there with a Wunderwaffe and a ray gun because it's fast and it's a good area. And then on high rounds, you use the trap that's right there, and then you run out and use the trap over by the trench gun. I have never done this strat at all, and I also was not getting good luck with the Wunderwaffe at all, so I just packed a bunch of PPSH and decided to use that for a while, because also the Wunderwaffe is kind of a liability because of it, taking away your health regeneration. So I was like, you know what, I'll just pack a bunch of PPSH because it's good, use it for a while so I don't have to also risk hitting myself with the Wunderwaffe. And then at about round 20, at the start of the round, I would turn the trap on once and was going to just start hitting for the Wunderwaffe again at the end of the round when there was only one zombie left. But there is also one thing to mention about World at War Riese and Shinonuma that a lot of people don't know. So when a dog round happens, the zombie health does not go up for that round. It's just a weird thing in World at War. So let's say you're on round 30 and you've had 6 dog rounds throughout the game. The zombie health will be round 24 health instead of 30 because the health did not go up during those. It's just a weird World at War thing that makes the health not as high as it should be and can make the ray gun able to kill zombies into the 70s on Shinonuma and Riese on World at War. It's helpful, and a lot of people just don't know that. So yeah, that also happens. So the ray gun can kill a lot faster on higher rounds than it usually should be able to. But as you can see in that last clip, I got the Wunderwaffe, and there was that weird little glitch zombie that wasn't targeting me. That happens on Riese as well a lot with last zombies. I have no idea why. But I was pretty much just training here, kind of just spamming my guns because I hadn't pack-punched them yet, so I didn't really need to worry about ammo, because if I get low, I can just go pack-punch. So I was pretty much just spamming. I also had monkeys, but I don't really find them to be too useful on World at War because 9 times out of 10 on games when I'm using them is after I go down, I throw one to get my perks back. Obviously, if I go down on this, though, the game's over, so I feel like I just really wasn't using them too often. But this strat was actually going well. This was my first attempt, and I was about to hit round 30, and considering I had literally never done this strategy before, I was pretty happy with round 30 on my first attempt, since my highest was literally only round 40. Another thing to talk about in Riese is the mid-round dogs. If you've been on this channel for a while, you'll know I hate them. I hate them on every map they're on, especially this one. The only real way to combat them is the ray gun, but splashing yourself with the ray gun is not good. Even though it doesn't one-hit you on this map, it still does a good portion of damage to you. So if you get hit by the ray gun and then the dog runs up and hit you, there's a very good chance that you'll just die. I hate mid-round dogs. They are actually my least favorite thing. I absolutely hate them so much. But also some weird thing I found out is in this room, if you're standing under like that floor back there that's like above you and you kill zombies, zombies will spawn up there and run across the entire map to get to you. And then on round 36, I was pretty much just chilling here, kind of just spamming, waiting for the trap to turn off. It turned off, then I messed up my training, somehow got out of that, and then a zombie ran right in front of me and ended my game. But I wasn't too mad because, I mean, first attempt, getting only 14 rounds off of 50 and 4 off my PB was pretty good. And even back when I did used to play Riese like a decent little bit, the 30s were still usually when I would like mess up. So getting to 36, I was pretty happy with that, especially for my first attempt. And then on this second attempt, I ended up getting the ray gun pretty early, so I just kept it for a little while and then was hitting the box for the Wonderwolf. Ended up getting it on 17, which is pretty early to get both of them, to be honest. That was pretty good luck, especially because I wasn't hitting the box that entire time. I think the box being on the catwalk was only like the first time I had moved it, literally. I got pretty lucky there, but then it was back to just kind of standing in this room, spamming my guns because I still hadn't pack punched them. And then here on 22, I almost got trapped, and then I did kind of get stuck back there. Luckily, I just barely didn't shock myself and was able to run out. Right there, if I would have hit myself with the Wonderwolf, the game would have pretty much been over, even if I didn't die, because my health would have been screwed. And then after like spamming like all my Wonderwolf ammo, I decided to pack punch it at the start of like 24, and then 24 was a dog round, so I kind of pack punch for no reason, but whatever. I can just spam more now because I have a bunch of extra ammo. And then on round 26, I'm still just spamming, spamming everything out of my pack punched Wonderwolf because the thing has a lot of ammo, and I'm not even at 30 yet. I get a max ammo, so I go to spam, and I hit a zombie in front of me, shocked myself, and you can kind of see how disappointed I was. I tried to just keep running away and figured, you know what, maybe, just maybe I can go a little further. But you can probably guess what happened right after that when I shocked myself. I died to one hit. I love the Wonderwolf on World of War Riese. But even after that painful death with the Wonderwolf, I had to just go again. I got the ray gun pretty early on round 11, got the Wonderwolf not too long after that, then just immediately went back to the Thompson room and was just chilling in there, spamming yet again, hoping to actually get to the point in the game where I'll need to pack punch my guns, then keep going and get to 50, because literally half my deaths were at the point where I barely even needed to pack punch my guns yet. So let's just hope that this one can actually go better. Round 25 ended up being a dog round, which pretty much everyone knows are no problem. The only time dogs are a problem is mid-round dogs, which I just can't even say enough times how much I hate those things. I mean, they are just the bane of my existence. But here we are, round 29. I also haven't mentioned that I always get double tap because it just makes the ray gun shoot faster, so I can get the dogs out of my way easier and to just kill hordes with the ray gun faster. It's helpful, even though it's not, double tap 2.0, it's still helpful because it just makes the ray gun shoot faster. It's not really that good with regular guns, but I mean, still. And then here we are, hitting round 30, and just hoping for a good game and getting to 50. And then on 33, I got into a not-so-good situation. I was reloading my WAF, so I didn't shoot those ones in time, got trapped, somehow didn't shock myself, but actually managed to get away, turned around, my WAF hadn't killed that dog, and I didn't shoot it there, and so it caught up to me as soon as my sprint ran out and killed me on 33. You see why I hate those dogs now. On my next attempt, I ended up getting the Wonderwolf very, very early into the game at like the start of round 6. And then for a while after that, I just kept hitting the box until like, I don't know, maybe like the early teens, and wasn't getting the ray gun. And because I'd been playing for like hours just reattempting, I decided, screw it, I'm not getting the ray gun because I was bored of hitting the box. And I just pack punched my PPSH that I had and just ran with it for a while because I didn't want to keep on hitting the box because I was really annoyed with it. And then what I did at 30 is probably going to surprise some people. I traded out my pack punch Thompson that I was using because of PPSH ran out of ammo for an unpack punched one. Then I was going to start a trap strat at 30 because the other strat obviously wasn't working too well. And this is the strat that I did on BO1 Riese a while ago, and I got to like, I don't know, 70-ish. And so I figured maybe it'll work on this. Basically, you just stand up here, wait for the zombies to spawn in, drop down, run over to the trap that's kind of near the trench gun, activate it, run through that area back to double tap, and then drop down from double tap to the trap that's next to the double barrel, activate it, and then run up to double tap, drop down, go to the trench gun trap, and then, you get the point. You just repeat that. It's not really slow, it's not super risky, and it works. I got to like 70 on BO1 so I figured it'll probably work on World at War, and I'll just do that to 50. A slight oversight was me not having a ray gun to get rid of the mid-round dogs, and those things are a real problem. So when I went to Thompson this one and Bowie knife it, I got knife lunged all the way over there and straight into the zombies, and died again.
Just want to talk to him.
Why do you have a shotgun?
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is ridiculous!
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
But anyways, on to my next attempt. I ended up getting the ray gun on round 12, and just like the other game, I was annoyed with the box, so I just stopped hitting it after I got the ray gun because the Wunderwaffe is a bit of a risk anyway, and although I've only shocked myself once, it was bound to happen again at some point, so I figured, screw it, I won't go for it this time. I'm going to get to 30 and start that trap strat again, but this time I actually have a ray gun for the dogs, so I won't ever need to knife them and get knife lunged, because that was just tragic. That was like right after I started that strat as well, and I was really hoping that once I actually started that strat, it would be easy and I would just be able to cruise straight to 50 using it. I did end up hitting the box a little bit more to see if I could get the Wunderwaffe though, and I didn't. I got the MG42, which is my favorite LMG of all time. I don't know about everyone else. It might not be the best. There probably is, the Dingo and BO3 might be better, but I just like the MG42 the most. It's just my favorite one to use. I've used it a lot. When I was newer to World at War, it was like the one gun that would like carry me through most of my games, so I would always use it. And then I was basically just staying in here for the rounds. Round 25 was still going pretty well, and then I tried to jump through here, but I got completely stuck, but I was fine. I just needed to run away, and I honestly thought that I would have regened by then, but I just didn't. I thought that I was standing there long enough and I would have regened and could run past, but I guess not. But on to attempt who the hell knows at this point. I got the ray gun and Wunderwaffe this time. I also had monkeys, but I barely ever even throw those things, so who really cares? I also completely forgot to buy double tap this time, so my ray gun is going to shoot a little slower, but it doesn't matter too much because I'm almost at round 30, and at round 30 I was going to start the trap strat, and so if I can actually start the trap strat, I will probably be able to get to 50. The only thing is that I was like kind of thinking in my head, I haven't even pack punched my guns. I can stay here, spam them more, and I'm not going to die if I'm literally just spamming my ammo like over and over. How could I possibly die if I'm literally just shooting a Wunderwaffe over and over again, then pack punching it and shooting it, then just getting rid of it for a Thompson to start the trap strat? Unfortunately, I missed the staircase and died while literally just spamming it. Then, finally, on this attempt, I didn't have the Wunderwaffe, so I wasn't going to try to tell myself to stay in this room for extra long. I was going to just try to get to either 25 or 30, whatever I was feeling, and then start the trap strat, stop just making dumb mistakes, and just get to 50, because I knew that I could do it. I was just making a dumb, small mistake every single attempt. So at 25, I started it just to be extra, extra safe. And like I said earlier, you just start at the double tap area, drop down, run over to this trap, and start it. On the early round, it's honestly not as good because when I'm walking backwards and like shooting at them to get points, I'm accidentally killing them, which kind of makes them respawn and they could block me. But it probably won't matter too much because I could just ray gun them out of my way if I really needed to. The last weird little trick I have to tell you about World at War is on all maps, this actually does work on all maps, if you let a grenade hit you just a little bit like that, it can be any damage from a grenade, traps will no longer stun you. They will damage you, but you won't get a stun when you walk through them. You'll be able to just sprint straight through them. And it may not help too much, but on a map like Verrückt, or if you're doing the actual Iron strat for this map where you do have to run through the trap that's in the Thompson room, it helps out a lot. So whenever there's no zombies around, if you just want to toss a grenade into a corner, walk up to it a little bit and just let it hit you, you'll no longer get stunned by traps. No clue why that happens, but it's helpful. And now, on my second attempt of actually trying this trap strat, I'm already getting back to my highest round of the video. So obviously this strat is very safe. If you want to get to round 50 on World at War or BO1 to Riese and you're not the greatest at that other strat that I was just doing earlier, I would recommend this strat. Just get to like 25, camping at like Power or the Thompson room, and then just start doing this. Basically just dropping down from double tap and walking to these traps, going through them and just repeating. It's pretty easy, but you will need the ray gun for the dogs. But right here, I'm getting to the end of 39, and my highest ever on this map was 40, so I was really, really happy. And right here, I kind of knew that there wasn't too many hordes left. I figured there was maybe one or two, so I just used this trap. I didn't have this door behind me opened still, so no zombies were coming from back there. So this trap would probably kill the rest of the round, I figured, and it did end up killing the rest of the round. And then right here, when you see me jump through the trap, you can see I don't get stunned by it at all. I'm able to just sprint straight through it without getting slowed. So yeah, that grenade thing really does work. And then on my PB round of round 40 from a while ago, this last trap near Tension ended up ending the round. The rounds still weren't even that slow. I mean, it is only round 40, but for a trap strat that's like pretty outdated, I don't remember whose YouTube video I saw this from, but it was a pretty old video. It may have been the Relaxing End. I'm not entirely sure, but I used to watch him a lot, and I just remember seeing this strat like a long time ago, so it might have been him. I'm not sure. Then round 46 was a dog round, which would be the last dog round I would get before 50. So these next 47, 48, and 49, I was just going to have to lock in and make sure I did not die. And if I hit 50, it would be my first 50 on this map, and it would also be me hitting 50 without even having Pack Punch opened, which is kind of weird. If you're going for 50, you should probably open Pack Punch. I don't know why I never opened it, because it would have been helpful in the earlier rounds, and also I could just Pack Punch my ray gun to make it kill the dogs easier. But here we are, round 49, using the Thompson trap. Still just doing this strat. The spawns are faster, so this strat is actually a bit better, and I ended the round for my first ever round 50 on World at War Riese. And this was the only version of Riese I hadn't gotten 50. I've now gotten 50 on World at War, BO1, BO3 the Giant, and last gen BO3 the Giant. So I was very, very happy with that. But I did not quit out and did not end this game on round 50. I'm probably actually just going to stream me continuing to play and go on. And then if I die early on in a stream, I'll probably just go to BO2 and play Grief with viewers, because I was going to do that, but then I got kind of addicted to Riese, and now I'm having a good game of it, and I don't want to quit out. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.